We're here.
Yup. You're here.
Yep. Welcome to the Chow and Dimes podcast. Today we have a little bit of a kind of different topic than we've been talking about, but it's definitely something that if you're an avid sports
biggest
fan,
topic.
Yeah, I was gonna say if
the
you're a
sports
sports
world.
fan, you've heard about what we're gonna be talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Today we're gonna be talking about the the FBI case against the NBA for cheating. And
What else is
this
new,
is a
you know?
lot. Man, I thought we were done with all this shit in 2004 when what was the guy's
2004.
Yeah, bro, you didn't read the
You mean the ref scandal?
yeah, the Tim Godonaghy stuff.
I mean, that was before sports books were legalized.
Yeah, but they were
That's
still
before-
gambling on games.
I mean, it's bigger now though, because players are involved.
Yeah, but the guy literally, the referee would
Yeah,
literally
he went
tell
to jail
people.
for it,
Yeah, the guy he would literally tell people, "Yo, don't bet on this guy because we're gonna get him out."
It's bigger now though. It's everyone's involved in sports betting now, not
Yeah.
just people with money.
But there's
Not just people with money. You know how this all
much
started though? So the videos I've seen. So
Well, go on.
no, let me just start with this.
Yeah.
So basically what happens is like player props are on everyone now, you know, like you could be a nobody and have player props. So pretty much if you were to tell your friend and you're an NBA player, yo, throw a couple grand on, you know, my unders and I'm only playing like 5 minutes and I'll just miss every shot and no one will know. I mean, if it's that easy, how long do you think this has been going on? This has been going on since like 2018 when this all started, when sportsbooks became legal in the US. Like there's no way this hasn't been a thing for at least the last 10-ish years. There's no way. So if it's that easy, comparing this to the ref situation, like this is way bigger.
Oh, this is way worse too.
And way worse.
Because
it's how easy this is to get away with. Like,
this has ties to organizations. This has tie to current players.
Yeah,
this just ties to everything.
So much bigger.
By the way, where this case started was, do you remember? I'm gonna throw a name out there. Do you remember Javante Porter? He was a bench player for the Cavs.
Yeah, I remember.
All of this started when he got banned for life from the NBA from gambling.
Yeah,
because he was an informant for one of the mafia people.
Yeah, that's where it gets even bigger because now, like the mob is essentially telling players like, all right, you owe me money. Instead of giving me money, I want you to do this in the game, and I'm going to put bets on it, and that's how you're going to pay up for me.
Of course, because they rig the games.
Yeah, they rig the games.
They go down.
But they don't rig the games. They rig the spreads.
No, I'm talking about like the poker game itself.
Oh, you're talking
the
about the
poker game itself. Like,
I'm
watched,
thinking about the actual games.
Yeah, I watched an interview where, I don't remember what year it was, but there was one year where, World Series of Poker, either finalist or champion is talking about that poker game. And he mentions Chauncey Billups by name. He says, I've had friends who, it's called high value or high whatever. It's something like, for argument's sake, I'm going to call it, I'm going to call it high value poker.
They're betting millions per hand.
So what they would do is they would, have all these people come in, and whether it was, the things that they use to shuffle the cards would literally like read. They use technology in a way where they could read what hands were going to be drawn and what hands were going to be dealt based off of the amount of people that were in there.
I saw the videos of that.
Yeah.
So dumb.
What they would do, like what I think at least happened was people go to these games. They're NBA players because they're just like, who wouldn't want to play a poker game with Chauncey Billups? Or
they get everyone. They get a bunch of celebrities.
Exactly.
They get no-name celebrities that people aren't really knowing of.
Yeah, and then they'd go down millions, and they'd say, hey, if you can't pay up, then I have a great idea of how you can pay us back. And then it turns into like a...
Yeah, then you get in the props, yeah.
The one with Terry Rozier is real bad.
But
the one with Terry Rozier is separate from the poker game. That's something I want people to understand. The Terry Rozier stuff, he straight up told them, hey, take my unders. I'm probably going to get checked out at the 9-minute mark of the first quarter and not return. I'm going to play literally 3 minutes.
He just got caught. But then the Chauncey Billups thing is like, you're a head coach, dude.
Oh, it's deep.
And you're telling players or you're telling people, I'm benching my starters because we're going to tank. Like, and then you're just telling
Dame
people to bet on it.
specifically.
Yeah,
Dame specifically.
I saw. I don't know what year it was. Must have been recent, like last few years, where they lost like the last 5 or 6 games in a row of the season because they were tanking.
They also were a very bad team. Like let's
They were
not
terrible.
make it to where they were looking like,
But
you know.
he was benching players though.
Yeah.
I don't know who specifically.
Dame.
But he was. Dame, yeah.
He wasn't playing Dame for that exact reason.
I forgot. Yeah, Dame was on the team still.
And
during that
also on top of that, I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but you know LeBron is not directly involved,
but
but
one
the
of his
guy Damian
buddies,
Jones,
yeah,
who
who
was
was-
on the Miami team
Yeah.
for when they were winning chips with him.
Mhm.
Him and Bron were good
And they're
friends,
close, yeah.
and he literally was. Damian Jones was telling people, "Hey, it was like 2 or 3 days after LeBron broke the all-time points record. He was like, "Yo,
Yeah, he's
Bron's not
right?
playing.
Yeah.
Bron's not playing." He told me earlier, Bron's not playing.
Yeah.
But this
I
is
know.
bad on so many levels. When Donaghy got caught in 2004, they were dealing with hundreds of thousands.
Oh yeah, it was.
Now, this is tens of millions of dollars.
It's this insider information that's getting stuff crazy. Like the refs, in 2004 with the ref stuff, it was exactly the same thing. You know, it was refs knowing who's playing, refs knows who's not playing, refs knowing tendencies of players. Now it's players themselves doing stuff.
Of course.
Like, and
How many of those scandals have we gotten just over the last year across all sports? Javante Porter,
mainly
Terry
football
Rozier,
and
Ridley.
and basketball.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say all sports, football and basketball.
It wouldn't surprise me
Because well, let me just say this too. It's football and basketball because the commissioners like Roger Goodell and then Adam Silver, they specifically have gone like all in on like the sportsbook side of stuff. Like they are literally sleeping with these sportsbooks like to get money.
of course, all of them have a major sponsor with the sports books.
Major.
How many times do you see the NFL thing?
MLB too is getting there.
Yeah.
You know, but still, it's like, what were you saying?
Shit, I lost my train.
No, it's okay. I was
No, I was-
interrupting. But I mean, I'll just continue. But
Yeah.
I'm thinking now. So long term wise,
I remember my point. Go
Okay,
on.
go
Go
ahead.
on. No, you want to finish yours first?
I was gonna ask you a question, so you go.
Oh,
What were
okay.
you
I was gonna say it would not surprise me if the fallout, because realistically, we're living in like the wild west of the sports books. You know?
saying? We live in vice country, bro.
Yeah.
Like
So-
sports books, gambling in general, alcohol. I mean, name something that's not advice that these sports advertise. I mean, seriously, marijuana is gonna be soon. I'm telling you, like it's gonna happen. So I don't know. We live in the vice world, bro, in the U.S. But go on.
My thing was, it would not surprise me if after the trial happens and all this
Yeah, it's gonna be huge.
stuff
It's
happens,
gonna be huge.
it would not surprise me if it gets to a point where you cannot bet on a team that is located within your state. Because, like, think about it. Even right
That
now,
would be interesting.
even right now, like, I don't know if you know this, but there are certain college sports that you cannot bet on if you are present in the state. Great example. I can't bet a Rutgers football game,
Okay.
but I can bet the Devils. I think that's going to change within the next year. Once I read once I read the entire thing and
But
heard
what
a lot
about,
of it.
like, if teams are playing, like, what if Rutgers is playing like Penn State? Can you then bet on Penn State if they're playing Rutgers?
I don't know. This is just like a fleeting thought of mine. I haven't put too much thought into it, but I think that makes the most sense. How are you going to stop people from betting?
I know. I've heard that.
You know?
I've heard this other idea where they should just get rid of player props altogether.
No, there's way too much money involved. There's way too much money involved.
You don't think people are just gonna pivot to other things?
No.
Like, you know how many? There's so many other things to bet on besides player props. Touchdowns, you could keep.
Touchdowns is a player
Because
prop.
no, but that's NFL. I would say is different for for MLB and for basketball. I would say you could get rid of props easily because they're much more manipulative. For football, I mean, think about all different things in play, like for a touchdown or for a catch or for a certain amount of runs you do. Like, there's so many things in play. It's a way more team-oriented sport than basketball and baseball. Like, way more.
I also feel like you can influence basketball more so than any other sport. You know what I'm saying?
And baseball.
Baseball, not so much.
As a pitcher,
As a pitcher, yes.
you
but
literally
the
can
rest
throw
of it,
balls and strikes.
Yeah, but okay, well
That's
now I
that's
didn't.
like all
I was
you.
thinking more so like behind the plate. Like
Nah,
you
baseball
can't
is all about
tell.
the pitching, though. You
Yeah.
could bet what the first pitch is gonna be, bro. I'm pretty sure. I might be wrong on that, but dude, imagine that. Yeah, I'm gonna throw a ball first pitch, but put $100 on it. Like, dude, what? Like, if
I don't
that's a
know.
thing,
I think.
come on.
Well, now that you've made that point, I actually do think now that baseball is a lot more influence. But basketball,
Do you know about the Otani shit? What he got away with all the
oh,
the
with like the
gambling shit?
with the translator and
Yeah, I
everything.
mean, I
Yeah.
don't know the specifics, but
I
that's
don't
just
either.
that's
I don't.
just.
I don't.
I mean, come
To
on.
be honest
Otani's
with
the
you,
biggest player in the world for baseball, and he's doing that shit.
to be honest with you, I don't care enough about baseball to find
I
a lot
don't
of this
either.
stuff up
But
out.
major gamblers, oh, you can't do basketball, no more basketball props. I'll just pivot to baseball and get them involved. I mean, that's got eventually what could happen if they ended up, putting a hammer on the fucking NBA stuff, which I don't expect them to. But if the
Oh,
government's involved,
Portland is going to face a lot of backlash, I think.
why? What about? Oh, you mean the
'Cause-
Trailblazers in general? But no, but I don't think that it was just Chauncey though. It was just Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, but still, majority of
It
the
wasn't the
investigation.
ownership. It wasn't the GM.
But the thing that's gonna like
Why should they
gut
be
them,
punished?
they're not gonna be like punished. But I think it's gonna be something where they're going to have some type of monitor, something like that.
Across
something
the
where
league, though, not just Portland.
Well, Portland probably the worst, just because Portland, had the evidence.
I think it's not. I don't think it's a league problem. I think it's a player problem, though, and a player now a coach problem too, and might be a ref problem still. You never know. Like it's not a league pro. If it was a league like this is a good example of it. I hear people saying, "Oh, the NBA was trying to cover it up."
No,
No, they weren't.
No.
If they were trying to cover up, we wouldn't know about this shit right now. The fact
Also-
that they are making this public means they are not trying to cover it up, which is good.
Also,
So it's not a
if
league
the NBA tried to cover up an FBI investigation that has been going on for a while, you'd get charges for the NBA itself.
Yeah, it's not a league problem. It's so I don't see how a certain team can get punished for it. I just don't see that happening. It's a player problem, it's a coach problem, and maybe a ref problem.
Yeah. Have you gone over a lot of the evidence that they show?
Like
Or like that what they talk about, like the game
what
when Terry
specifically?
Rozier was literally just throwing the ball to the other team.
Oh, I saw the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
where
3
he
games
had
they
the
cite in
foot
particular.
injury, and he sat himself out.
Yeah, there's 3
Yeah.
games in particular that they talk about, and all of them, it's like, I remember when I first watched the footage, I'm trying to, you always try to I always try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but there were some times where I'm like, okay, now that just looks obvious. You're telling me you're in a 4-point game, however much time left in the fourth, and you're just dribble the ball, pick up your dribble, and then when you get smothered, just throw the ball instead of giving it to your point guard on the side. You're going to try to throw it cross court.
Yeah, I mean
There's certain
for
things.
professional players, like you don't throw turnovers like that, bro. Like that.
And even when it happens, it's something where it's like, oh, you jump to do a jump pass for some reason.
yeah, it's so obvious. It's just it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But my question though, I was gonna ask you is, how does this make you? How do you think this impacts the? I don't want to say addicts because everyone gambles a little, but like the people who are regularly betting spreads in the NBA and props. I don't know about you, but if I was a regular NBA bettor and I was betting spreads and props, I would literally think twice about doing it now. Because we are seeing it in real time right now that the players and the coaches and the refs all know what these numbers are going into the game. Mm-hmm. All the players know their prop spreads. They all know this game spreads. They're going to manipulate them. So as a bettor, why would you want to bet on this stuff now?
I don't.
I don't either. I mean, it's so obvious that these players know what the spreads are, the games, and what their props. It's so obvious.
Also, I find it
so
hard
why
to believe.
should you? How do
you're-
you not think they're not manipulating them in the game? Come
Yeah.
on.
Also,
Stupid, bro.
This is a little bit of like a sidebar, but everything you just said, I wholeheartedly agree with, and it is the exact same points of why I believe the NFL is not scripted. Could you imagine the fallout if it came out that the FBI was investigating the NFL for being scripted? The NFL cares so much about its presentation of the game and its image that if something like this were to happen in the NFL,
Players don't
Oh
know.
my God. I also think the NFL, it's a lot harder to, you need a lot of things to go right. Like,
well,
I don't
let's
know if
bring
you've
up the
ever
refs
watched,
then.
I don't know if you've ever watched the Amon Ra St. Brown podcast with his brother.
Yeah, I've seen the
It's
clips.
pretty good. I enjoy
It's
it.
all right.
But
I've seen some of it.
he talks about what needs to go right for you to simply catch the ball. Or no, not catch the ball, just for you to simply be thrown at. You got to make sure the offensive line stays up. You got to make sure the play makes sense. You got to make sure not play makes sense, but you got to make sure that it's your play to get the ball. You got to make sure the defense is in the right coverage where they don't blow up the guy's first read. Then you got to worry about your quarterback having enough time to throw the ball. Then the
All right.
quarterback giving you a good ball.
So forget the players then. Forget the players' influence and the coach's influence. Why is the NFL then, like, legally it's entertainment, not sport. Like, in contracts, it's considered entertainment. And why do refs blow so many fucking calls? I'm not saying it's rigged. I'm just being
Devil's advocate.
I'm being
I know.
devil's advocate. What's especially this week with the Giants and Eagles, like, bro, like, I'm watching this game and I'm just thinking, you literally could be a fan on the field who's been watching football for 20 years and call better stuff than this. Like, I don't understand how refs are so blatantly missing calls. How it's so embarrassing for a league at this caliber to have games swayed based on a ref's opinion on a call because they're all just so, like, the rules of the NFL in general are so just.
I mean, bro, we lived
nothing's
through
in script,
brother.
dude.
We
It's
lived through
weird.
that, like, what was it, 4 or 5 year thing where the NFL couldn't define what a fucking catch was.
Yeah, but it's not just the subjectivity of it all. It's like the rule changes. There's so many problems with this sport right now.
I don't think so.
I think there is. How come they didn't ban the tush push before this year started? What are the odds that the year they decide to keep the tush push, the following year there's more problems with it than ever before? Like, ever before.
I don't think it's necessarily something where there's more problems this year. I think this year it's more magnified because they want to ban it.
How
They
about
don't
it's
wanna be-
magnified because of all the problems? Dude, Kayvon Thibodeau ripped the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands before the whistle was blown. They didn't call the fumble because they say it was forward progress. Forward progress in the middle of a game that's not on the goal line?
That's just a bad call. That's just
Bro,
a bad call, man. You can't expect these guys to be perfect. They're human.
Then why can't Dable throw a challenge flag for it?
Is that the expedited bullshit or whatever where
Apparently he couldn't because forward progress you can't call it. But there's no such thing as forward progress before the whistle is blown. It makes no sense to me that, I don't know. I'm just using this one example.
You know what doesn't
But
make
it's
sense
just
to me?
stupid.
Makes
The
sense
false
to me.
starts too.
That gets the same thing with what you're saying. Soccer has the technology where they can tell when the ball crosses is it called a goal line?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When it crosses the goal line.
But the difference is the whole ball needs to be crossed. Here in the NFL,
why doesn't the NFL implement something like that?
They did. They tried to.
You're telling me this billion-dollar company can't make it to where
You didn't see them trying to do that? They added a technology where there's a chip in the ball, and instead of having the chain men, they got rid of them. So now it's just all digital because there's a chip in the ball.
Yes, that's how it should be. For then you can eliminate a lot of these placement things.
It wasn't a placement problem though. It was
No,
a
but I'm saying, like,
problem.
in general, you don't have to.
get
That's
it.
something else that the refs don't have to do. I also don't understand, and
It's
that same thing
but
of
the
rules
tush
that you
push
don't understand.
doesn't have a problem with where the ball is placed. It has a problem with linemen false starting, and now it has a problem with what forward progress is. It had nothing to do with where the ball was placed.
Another rule I can't stand, especially when it happens to me instead of against me, DPI. I can't stand
another
the fact
thing that happened in the
I
Giants
can't
game.
stand the fact that if you and I are on the same team and you're being defended, no. Let me rephrase
can't
that.
hand
Let me
fight.
rephrase that. No, not even that. It's even dumber than that.
What?
You and I are on opposite teams. I'm defending you. Your quarterback throws you a meatball that's about 5 yards in front of you. You turn to get to the ball, and I run into you because I'm right on your hip, and I get flagged for pass interference because I didn't turn my head. I can't stand that DPI call at all. If your quarterback underthrows the ball and you're getting a free
Yeah, the ball
get out
needs
of
to
jail for
be.
free card,
It needs to be in the
no, we're
vicinity
not
of the
doing
catcher.
this.
100%. No, I totally
But
agree.
it's just, I don't know. When it
No,
comes to the NFL, I think there's a lot of things that they should do, and also,
it's a flawed sport right now. There's no other way to wrap around it. The college football is a different sport from the NFL, in my opinion.
why do you think I like college football?
Why do you think everyone likes it? Because it's traditional how they call the game. The pass interference calls in college football,
15 yards
15 yards is so much better.
than placement. I
So
agree.
much better,
I
dude.
agree.
It's almost like the college game is playing a more professional version of football than the NFL game. Cuz think about it, shouldn't the NFL have 15 yards and college be the length of the foul or
Yeah.
the flag, I mean?
Placement.
It should be the opposite cuz they're playing more of a youth game than NFL. So it's like I swear college is just in a much better place. I mean, I hate the NCAA just because of the shit they do, but man,
Love college football.
college football is so much better the way they call it. It's a more traditional way of showing the sport. NFL's turning into flag football, man. It's just that's what's happening. I mean, it is. It's just turning into a two-hand touch game. When you can't even so for another pass interference call that happened this weekend, Darius Slayton touchdown. They called back. It was like a 60-yard touchdown. Darius Slayton was getting grabbed after he torched the DB on the Eagles. He was getting grabbed. He then pushes the guy off because he's holding onto his jersey, gets separation, and then catches the ball for a touchdown. They said it was offensive pass interference. No, dude, they were just fighting.
I didn't watch the Eagles.
But that's just one example of like that game was just a mess in general. But that's just one example.
So
of
I have a
pass
question.
interference.
I have a question related to that. Did the DB fall?
No.
Did
They
the
were next to each other the whole time.
Did the DB proceed to have any indication that he moved back from the push?
No, they were right next to each other the whole time.
Hmm.
It was bullshit. Yeah, it was like if you were watching the game in real time, you'd be like, "What are they calling a flag for? What just happened? I didn't even see what happened." It was that little of a fight. It was stupid.
I just
bro.
want them to. Sometimes I wish I could have watched more NFL before all the rules became.
You know what? You want to hear
Dumb.
a crazy coincidence? 2018 or 2017,
Great
one
year,
of those years.
especially for
That
Steelers
is
football.
when the states were allowed to decide whether to have gamble or sports betting legalized. That was the year.
Yes.
There was certain law was, they got rid of it. States, it's up to you. What happened that year, 2017, 2018? The worst no call in the history of the NFL against the Saints and Rams. Everyone knows it. What is the coincidence of that happening? Seriously, the year that gambling became legalized in the U.S. or sports betting became legalized, the worst no call ever in the history of the NFL happens. What are the odds, bro? I thought that's weird.
No, I'm agreeing. I agree with the no call thing, but I don't think it was.
It was 2017, I'm pretty sure.
Where's my brain to it? I mean, I'm not doubting you. I just for some reason always remember gambling the year after because that was 17 going into 18, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember starting to gamble 18 going into 19. But maybe that's just me. Maybe that's when I was, that's when I had the thought of like, hey, maybe I should download this app called DraftKings.
In New Jersey, it wasn't legalized till 18.
Ah, that makes sense.
So,
Okay.
I mean, but I thought it was just weird. I thought that was weird that the second.
I don't know. I don't really
comes
have
Main
anything to
Street.
go off of with that.
There's nothing
I
to go
mean,
off of it. It's just weird coincidence that it's just like, okay. But
I don't know. I think a lot of people put way too much. How do I phrase this? I think some people put too much stock into the sports books because realistically, I don't see the higher ups, the ones that make the millions, the Roger Goodells, the owners, the this. I don't see them being all buddy buddy with the sports books.
what do you mean? The
Just
NFL
'cause-
literally has ads about FanDuel every freaking commercial break. Every one, dude. How are they not in bed with them? How are they not buddy buddy with them then?
So do you think the NFL is in bed with every single advertisement that they do mid game?
No, because how much money do you think the sportsbooks how much revenue did they get from sports
And
books?
how much of that do you think goes to the NFL?
Billions of dollars.
I don't think so.
Billions. No,
I don't think
100%.
so. I think NFL
Sports
takes
books are
a cut.
making like 100 billion a year, probably.
Yes, but how do you think they sustain that business model?
By
They need to make their own money.
You don't know about all these how many content creators you watch that have gambling as one of their or as one of their what's it called, sponsors.
Oh, I delete them. Once those
I
happen,
don't like
they give
it.
me losers.
I don't like it either, but I mean, how many have you seen?
But that's
all
every.
of
But
them.
that's every company, bro.
But I'm just saying. I'm basing this off of videos I've seen that people have compared it to.
Yeah.
Think about this: a content creator on YouTube who has 100K subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
Sportsbook comes up to them, says, "I'll give you 50 grand to advertise every time you make a video to advertise my sportsbook." How much money do you think bigger things like ESPN or like different shows on TV are getting paid then? If content creators are getting paid 50 grand, how much do you think they're getting paid?
Is 50 grand a hypothetical?
No, 100. No, it's definitely 50. Because so one of these content creators I've seen who's anti-sportsbook advertising, he does NBA stuff. And he's really, I forget his name. I think it's like Low Light or something like that. He's really good. He made a video about it. He said he got it was tens of thousands he got offered just to do like 3 ad reads a month. Isn't that crazy money? So imagine how much these networks are getting paid. It's probably millions. Now imagine how much a league is getting paid to sponsor sports books. It's billions, bro.
I don't think so, though.
Why?
Because I don't think the NFL.
I
think it's a give and take type of thing. I don't think it's something where majority of the money that these sports books make are off of the back of the NFL, and the NFL says like, "Oh, we want 60%." No, I think there's a middle ground there where, if the sports books were making this much money, and I wish I could put I wish I could put this better than I'm going to put it, but if the sports books are making that much money, why do they need so many commercials?
Because they want as many people. It's because money talks,
think about it,
dude.
Money
talks.
How many Amazon commercials do you see? Most big companies, the only time.
And how many people have Amazon?
Everyone.
Why? How do you think they?
And
got
how many
everyone
dudes do you know that do sports betting?
How do you think that? But it's now okay. But we're ones that love sports. Now they're catering to the people who are like, you know what? I only watch the Giants, but if I bet on this game, I might watch this game now. They're catering to those people, the ones that don't watch every game, the ones that only watch their favorite team. Now they're watching the fucking Jets versus the fucking Browns now.
No, the Bengals.
Because they got a bet, they got a parlay going on that game. Who the fuck is watching that game if you're not a fan of those teams, bro? Oh, I forgot. The ones who put in $100 on the game because they got an ad for a parlay about the game that they just saw. How many of these people that advertise sports books are giving them, oh, here's my daily parlay for the games today? How many of them? All of them, bro. They're all doing that. You might have someone then who's like, all right, I'll jump on that. And then they're watching the game they don't give a fuck about just because they want to hit a bet. I mean, that's what these ads are about, dude.
That's what I do on Thursdays when I don't give a fuck about the game.
That's who it's catering towards.
But that's everybody, bro. Like,
what do you mean it's everybody?
Like, respectfully, of course. If the Steelers are on at 1 o'clock and any other team is on at 1 o'clock, I'll be damned if I watch any other game.
I want to know this stat, which we could probably find. I just don't want to do it right now. But how many people bought Red Zone when sports gambling became legalized? Like, I want to see the freaking spike of just the amount of people who bought Red Zone.
I don't think it'll necessarily show too much of a spike. I think the spike will be shown from when they switch from DirecTV to YouTube TV.
Okay, but in general,
I think you're grossly overestimating how many people like truly bet lump sums of money.
You don't have to bet lump sums of money. You could bet $5. You could bet
But by
three
the way,
$5
also
parlays,
the reason
and
why
you're watching those
also
games
the
now.
reason why a lot of the reason why these sports books
What
cater
about the? Okay, I'm
the
sorry.
reason why these sports books cater to they're called Joes. You know, your average guy that's going to sit there and be like,
True.
"Oh, I'll throw 10 at the Giants. They won against the Eagles last time," and they end up losing. It's because they know they're their cash cows. Do you remember the guy who I don't remember what year it was, but years ago, his name was like Mattress Mike. He made his money obviously selling mattresses,
yeah.
and he put millions upon millions of dollars
Okay.
behind all of that. When he hit one of those bets, I saw a post of a guy talking about how he got laid off from his sportsbook job because they needed to pay his lump sum.
Yeah, but
Now that I don't really believe too
that's
much.
kind of bullshit.
Considering I'm pretty sure these sports books, it's like the stat I always tell you. The best bettors in the world hit at a 45% clip.
Yeah, and
Anyone that sits there and tells you in a post that is just like, "Oh, well,
But you're talking about
I'm on
people-
a heater. I've hit 7 of the last 7 bets."
Nah,
yeah,
dude.
sure you have.
You're talking about people who are big time gamblers. I'm talking about everyone, the normal casual person who bets. Apparently 5% of people who gamble make money, make more money than what they gamble. 5%.
Yeah, because most people are fucking stupid.
No, dude, because they get fucking hosed, bro. There's no way. Dude, betting, first of all, is
You want to know why people lose money? It's because people don't understand the value when it comes to betting. When it comes to betting, most people aren't going to say, "Hey." A great example would be the game this Thursday against the Ravens and in Miami.
Yeah.
What everyone is going to say to themselves after the game is, "Oh, well, Lamar's back. They're going to win by 100."
Yeah,
If
and
the
he didn't
line is
play.
anything more than I would say 10, I would look into playing Miami just because Miami's better at home.
No, watch him not play though. Watch it be like this last week, where it was very close to game time decision whether he was going to play or not. People probably bet the fuck out of the Ravens, which they ended up winning anyway. And then he didn't end up playing. Like, that's weird too. I don't.
You know what's funny?
What?
We literally went on so much of a tangent when it comes to that we didn't even really get into the NBA stuff. Like, we didn't talk about like the case. I mean, we did a little bit,
Yeah,
but
we
nothing
did.
nothing too much.
I mean, there's not much out right now in terms of it all. I mean,
I just can't believe like all of it. The fact that there were informants that were former players. The fact that, and by informants I mean more so of like, they go to the poker game. Like I said earlier, lose a bunch of money, and then automatically like I said with Javante Porter, and then I don't know. I think this is a very bad look for the NBA. Like, Adam Silver's not getting away with the in-season tournament and being like, "Oh yeah, it's all fine and dandy."
it's a bad look for the NBA, but
Think about it like
it's
this
a bad
also.
look for the players.
This is the second major cheating scandal in the NBA over the last 20 years.
Because it's
And I'm
an
not
easy
talking, like-
sport to cheat in.
Like, listen, I'm not talking about like sitting here. If anyone brings up like Deflategate or Spygate, those were in-house things.
So is this.
But this is bigger.
Yeah, it
You
is
ain't got
bigger.
the FBI. You don't got the FBI investigating if Tom Brady deflated balls at halftime. You don't got the FBI
My
doing
point
that.
is that it's not the NBA's fault that this is happening. It's the players' fault. It's the greedy fucking players that make millions a year. It's their fault that this is happening.
Also, it's not really so much the players that make millions. I don't, Did
if
you
you
know,
play in the NBA,
did
you,
know, would
have $1 million bucks.
Yeah, but
unless
would
you're
you
a
know?
bonehead.
Would you know who Javante will? Well, not really, because it depends on what city you play in and the state and the tax and blah blah blah.
I guess, but you're making NBA pays way more than any other sport. Even
but
if
the
you're
value,
a
but like
bench
also
player.
think about it like this when it comes to NBA contracts. Yeah, you're gonna see like the veteran minimum in the NBA is $2.4 million. You have to pay your agent. You have to pay for actual transportation. Then you have to get a house. Then you have to give other things to not only just taxes.
You're saying that that's a problem? Like, who gives a shit? They're still making $1 million.
When you're sitting here saying like they make millions upon millions,
They're
not
do.
seeing all of those millions.
Yeah, but to say that, okay, I only made like 1.2 million this
Do you
year.
remember Nico? Do you remember Nico Ali whatever the fuck Alibaba or whatever the hell his name is, the UCLA college quarterback?
Yeah.
of how he left when he transferred Tennessee because they didn't want to pay him the number he wanted,
Yeah.
and he ended up getting that number from UCLA, but it didn't come out. But I looked it up because I'm a psychopath and I like to, I didn't like the way the guy handled it, and I thought that he thought his shit don't stink.
Yeah.
He got the number he wanted, but after taxes, especially in LA, that number was almost cut in half. I think that, let's say for argument's sake, the number was 4.
What?
It went down to like 2.3.
Yeah, but like that's because
Also,
he's
you
in
have
LA.
such a small window. Like, think about your life from a broad perspective. How many NBA players do you think play more than 5 years?
I don't understand because they're not betting like millions of dollars. They're betting they're telling people to bet like $1,000 or $2,000. That's not life-changing money.
More.
Okay, they're telling them to bet $100,000. That's not as much as they're making, bro.
But also, think about it like this. I'm gonna give you the same scenario.
And also, they get flagged. That's how they got caught. Is because the sportsbooks flagged these bets because they were ridiculous. Like $10,000 on 4 different props for fucking what's his name?
Javante Porter.
No,
Terry Rozier.
Terry Rozier. Yeah, that's how it got flagged by the sportsbooks. So this isn't happening all the time. It's underground shit, most likely. But even then, it's like...
I mean, the mafia's involved. There's 4 different mafia families involved with this.
Oh, shit.
3.
That's
3.
crazy.
But
I'm
still,
not surprised, too. I'm not surprised, too,
either.
man. I mean, it's deep. But, I mean, I personally think it's the players' fault. I don't think the NBA...
Oh, I agree completely.
The NBA, it's not their fault that players are cheating.
I might be flip-flopping here when I say this, but it's exactly what you said earlier. If you're getting paid all these millions upon millions to just simply play basketball, why the fuck are you betting?
Exactly. Why are you betting?
Then again,
they're addicted.
I think a lot of this.
They're addicted to gambling.
I don't think so. I think a lot of this will come down.
It's an addiction, though.
Well, I think what's going to happen is a lot of this is going to come out during the, obviously the trial and everything, which probably won't happen for another 2 years because that's how our legal system is.
Years and years.
But I would be more so curious to see how they explain it under oath. Because realistically, if it's something like, for instance, Javante Porter's, I might be feeding you false information here, but I'm pretty sure the reason he did that was because it was like a family member or like something like that. And he kind of told them like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be, playing and whatever." And they were just like, "All right, let's put $10,000 on his unders."
Yeah, just stupid shit, man.
Yeah.
Really
also,
stupid.
these sports books have so many stats when it comes to your account. I mean, on FanDuel, I can go in and show you how much money I've lost over the last month when it comes to the NFL. So if they see something where you're very steady, you have a bad week, and then automatically you go from losing 200 to winning 150 grand.
Yeah.
Oh, you're getting so many red flags.
Yeah, bro. That's why it makes no sense.
And also, to sign up for these sports books,
you need to give your social security.
Sorry,
you need
I'm
all
having
this
indigestion.
shit.
My dinner was very good, but. To sign up, like you said, you have to do social security number and everything.
You need to take your photo of your license. You need to take all this shit, bro.
DraftKings gonna make me do that. I just had to give them my social.
I mean, I'm trying to remember, but either way, it's
I just remember email, social, date of birth, and that was it.
I mean,
I think it's stupid.
you don't. At the end of the day, you don't need to bet if you don't want to. Like, that's the thing. Especially
if you play the fucking sport.
Yeah, I'm just talking on like a civilian point of view, like a spectator. You don't need to bet. Like, you don't have to. You will make money other ways. Job. You'll make money through hobbies. You'll make money. You don't need to gamble. But
I agree.
It's addictive.
So anyway, I like Derrick Henry anytime. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's
I like
the thing.
Derrick Henry anytime. Lamar anytime.
Bro, it's
Zay Flowers 60 plus.
It's an addiction, bro. And not all addictions are bad. But like, I love hitting a bet. Who doesn't like hitting a bet, bro, for hundreds of bucks? I mean, come on, like that is a crazy feeling.
Moderation, man.
Exactly.
If you're losing $200-300 every time you bet.
But as someone like me who rarely bets, like I'll bet once in a while, maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, maybe in once every couple weeks.
I mean, I bet every single NFL Sunday.
I know.
But the minute that second Monday in February happens, I don't bet for the rest of the year.
But I'm just saying, for people like me who don't really get, I mean, obviously, like I just said, hitting a bet's great. But for people like me who don't bet very much, very often, these incidents make me not want to bet anymore. Like, period, point blank. Like, I just don't want to because the spreads are all manipulated now, I think. I'm like, damn, like, I don't really bet NBA, but if I was to, this would be my thought.
I'm ready
like,
to go
dude,
back to what.
Why would I ever bet spreads again? Why would I ever even think about player props again? Unless it's LeBron, unless it's KD, unless it's Curry, unless one. Of course, they're not cheating. They're the only ones I'd ever bet on. I would never even think about betting a low life.
I mean,
it
gets to a point where I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, dude, I might just go back to just betting spreads, totals, and money lines.
Yeah, bro. I mean, money line's the only way. Spreads, no. Because everyone knows what the spread is. The coaches, the players, the refs, they all know what the spread is.
But at the end of the day...
You're not telling me a ref who's calling a foul at the end of the game and then is like, wow, like, look at the score. The spread was 7, and they're only down by 6, and I just called a foul. Like, damn. There's no way that thought doesn't go through their head for like a millisecond, bro.
But I think it's also something where they put the line there to make it to where it's a purely 50-50. You know?
I don't even know how they determine these lines.
It's either neither do I. The smartest people in the world determine these lines.
Nuts,
but
dude.
all right, man.
Yeah, I
think we've ranted for a little bit. If we want to talk a little bit more about this, obviously, as more information comes out, we can revisit this topic. But
yeah, I don't know. It's just stupid.
I think gambling needs. I think
ridiculous.
Gambling definitely needs a little bit of a.
It's
a leash.
It's the advertisements that's really getting me, dude. I'm telling you. It's just I could bet. I get it. I don't need to see a FanDuel advertisement every 5 minutes, bro. I get it.
I feel that way about beer.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's like I will bet. Yes. Okay. Yes. Stop.
I do like beer.
I'll do it.
I don't need to see the same commercial 8 times over.
Exactly.
How many times do I need to see Kevin Hart and LeBron talk about? Oh, wager $5.
But that was my point from before. They're trying to make you bet. Those. I'm telling those ads are to make the gamblers gamble.
Well, I mean,
because of the props that
it's also something where it's like they wouldn't
because of the
bad advertising
odds.
If they don't want to, if nobody wants to bet.
MSG Network. I watch every Devils game. They literally have a guy who comes on to talk about prop bets and odds and everything. In the middle of the damn game.
Okay, how about Thursday Night Football? 5 minutes before the game kicks off, you got Andrew Wentworth sitting there like, oh well.
Oh yeah, I'm taking
I want this guy anytime. The total, and I think Lamar Jackson is.
Kurt Herbstreit's doing that shit, man.
I like Kurt Herbstreit.
I know, but like, what if? Come on, man.
Also,
these guys have no morals anymore.
It's also something where they're just like, hey, read this.
Oh,
there's no way they're sitting there like, okay,
100%.
You need to make sure that you get a parlay going.
No, I'm sure of that. It's just the pushing it, ramming it down your throat, dude.
That's what I think. There'll be some sanctions.
That's pissing me off.
I think there'll be some restrictions coming out within the next 2 years.
Because the people who want to participate don't need to be advertised to do it, bro. That's the problem that pisses me off. Because that's where its addictions start happening. Like that's when it's like showing a guy addicted to a crack pipe, being like, hey. Like,
okay,
that's exactly.
You can make that same thing when it comes to like beer. When it comes to
100%.
If somebody goes out to a bar and grill to have lunch and they're a recovering alcoholic, does it make sense that the guy next to him is drinking a beer? But anyway, bro, I think we could probably talk. We'll probably revisit this as more and more information comes out
for sure.
But
yeah,
all right, my peoples. We hope you enjoyed. This has been another episode of the Chow and Dimes podcast.
Yep.
I have to pee so bad. I might get a Gatorade bottle under the table, to be honest with you. Totally kidding. So anyway, like and subscribe. Thank you again for joining us. We appreciate all the love and support, even though I think we get a little bit less love and support now. But anyway, do your thing. Stay beautiful, my people, and we'll see you later.
See you later.